Hey guys, welcome to the second video on my expectations for Dragon Age 4. One of my favorite things about RPGs is creating a character that will get to travel through whatever new and interesting lands I'll be introduced to, or to interact with various NPCs of the land. The various Dragon Age games are no exception and offer a unique and interesting spin on character creation that I haven't experienced in other games. From diverse races and different starts in the world to different classes and the ability to import characters or decisions from previous games. There is nothing like the Dragon Age games in my opinion. Here are some of the things that I think were great and a few things that I think could be improved for Dragon Age 4. So the first thing you do in creating your character is choose your gender, race, and class. The first game in the series, Dragon Age Origins, introduced all of the classic D&D races. You're able to choose between humans, elves, and dwarves. Once your class and race are chosen, your chosen combination will give you a certain background option. This playthrough, for example, has my character as an elven mage. The beginning option I had was a mage in the circle tower that was taking his heroin. The quest has you enter the Fade and try to avoid the allure of demons. Once you complete your test, you then play through the rest of the opening section as a circle mage, who may be headed to the Warren Ostagar that is in need of capable mages. If you decide that you want to play a different class, however, your start will be entirely different. If I decided that I wanted to try again as an elf but this time choose a rogue, I have two other options available to me that can change my playing experience and how people act towards my character. The difference of starts was something that I think made the game that much better and characters seem more diverse than just starting out the same way. Unfortunately, this trend did not continue in the later games and you'll still always start the same way regardless of race or class. In Dragon Age 2, you will always start out in the exact same place, and the only difference in the game experience will be whether you decide to choose a mage or not. You'll get different interactions with NPCs and followers, but not a diverse beginning that gives your character a unique background. In the third game, Inquisition, you would have different backstory coming right up to the start of the game, but all of it would happen through dialogue or be inferred because you don't actually get to see any of it. You're given a brief description before the start of the game, or are told about it later when you and your advisor discuss your beginnings. There was also a change in the available races between all three games. As I mentioned, Origins had the classic human, elf, and dwarf options, but the other games in the series changed up the setup. The second game only has the option of playing a member of the Hawk family. You still have the class options but are limited to humans as your race. Fortunately, this changed in Inquisition when you could play the three classic races and now Qunari. These are the grey demon-like giants from the second game that landed in Kirkwall. In my opinion, the more options the better, and that's why I'm hoping that the options from the third game only move forward and not the other direction. The character options have come a long way since Origins, but I think that they're still a little too limited. Why can't I make any of the characters that show on the cards from Inquisition? I get to see a badass looking Qunari or a majestic looking elf, but for some reason I don't get the hair and tattoo options that make these characters. Why not add more hair options for all of the races? Where's the long flowing white hair option for the Qunari that appeared in the character cards and in Dragon Age 2? Maybe add an option to adjust the angle and length of the horns to get them just the way you want them. I'd also like to see some better tattoo options for all races. Maybe add in full body tattoos instead of just the ones that go on their face. You could have separate options for face, arms, neck, and body. This isn't too crazy of an idea considering that there are several games that are already doing this. The difference is that the developers could make the tattoos unique to the Dragon Age universe. A full body tat with crazy colors like the one Fenris had in Dragon Age 2 would be awesome. I'm sure this could be implemented and would really like to see what they could add. I also like that there are a ton of slider options for your character in Inquisition, but I do wish they had a few more sizing options. Height cannot be changed and is defaulted to the race you choose for your character. I realize that it would be a little ridiculous to have a 7-foot tall dwarf or a 4-foot Qunari, but that's what makes character creation fun. This would give people even more options to make whatever atrocity of an avatar they want. Sliders for weight and width would also be nice to have in the game if you want to add a little bulk to your hero. Who wouldn't want to have a giant Qunari hero whose shoulders and horns always get stuck in doorways, or a tanky dwarf that's so short that attackers are always swinging over them? One of the last options that I think can be improved upon is additional voice options. I'm glad that there was more of an option in Inquisition, but I was also disappointed that there was just the two of them. Because I'm sure that there will be a ton of new dialogue in the game, and that means you can only have so many voice actors, why not add pitch as an option? Keep the two voice idea, but you could also have the option for pitch to be super deep or really high. In this way, you could match the character voice with the kind of characters that you're attempting to make. Dragon Age has always had the option to load saves from previous games to alter the state of the world. Having your choices alter the world you are playing is an awesome design that I hope is here to stay. Since all of the games have followed different people, it makes sense that you wouldn't import the characters that were made in previous games. This idea is only if the fourth game is still following the exploits of the Inquisitor, but will Dragon Age ever add the option to import saved characters? Some of the characters I've made in Dragon Age Inquisition took me a while and a lot of care to make, so if I have another game about the Inquisitor, I may want to bring those characters back. This isn't a must for the next game, but it would be nice to have the option to play with the original character that I made in the previous game. So, there were some of my expectations for Dragon Age 4's character creation. I love these games and I think Inquisition was phenomenal. An amazing game that deserves all of the accolades it got, but I do think that there is room for improvement and I would love to see some of these features in the next game's character creator. Was there anything that I missed? Did you guys feel like there was an option that was sorely needed in the character creation? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video or thought it was helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.